Hi, it's Dorothy Guinan with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm popping on my channel for a quick impromptu video to talk about Crop and Create, the paper crafting fall online event that happened November 3rd to 5th, 2023. I'm going to explain how I prepared for this 3-day scrapbooking extravaganza and briefly show you the contents of the box. I was actually hoping to do this before the event, but as it turned out, when I was going to post this on October 26th, there were still a few participants waiting for boxes. These boxes ship all over the world. So I didn't want to spoil the fun for anybody. That's why you're getting it a few days late. My box arrived on my doorstep on October 10th, about 3 weeks before the event. It was filled with fun product and contained the material needed for all of the classes. Participants are expected to provide only the basics like adhesive and black stamping ink. You're going to notice throughout the video I add some basic cardstock, and I did this because I plan to stretch single pages into double page spreads. Again, all material needed for their classes is in the box. I added extra cardstock so I could make extra pages. I did this video in real time, so please forgive the packaging noises. Now let's get started. Okay, so it's October 26, 2023. I am in the process for preparing for Crop and Create Delivered, the paper crafting event that takes place online November 3rd to 5th, 2023. So that box I showed you a moment ago, in it is the material for projects for a 3-day event, along with this pouch with some extra material, along with this instruction booklet. Now, this instruction booklet, I can't open it for you. However, there are step-by-step instructions with colored photographs for all of the projects. So for the projects for this event, there are 22 pages, 22 traditional pages, and I'm considering a double page layout, 2 pages, 3 pocket pages, a shadow box insert that can be turned into a layout, 4 cards, and a mini album. So what I've done so far is I've gone through this book and I've selected photos for each one of the projects. So I basically have them in order here, and they are identified by the instructor along with the class. So I'm all ready with my photos because I know myself, if I don't have my photos picked and I create pages without photos, I probably will never add photos to them. That's just the way I am. I'm more inspired when I have my photos prepared. This was the longest part for me. It took me 3 days, not 3 solid days, but over a 3-day period when I would normally be doing a bit of scrapbooking here and there, I wasn't. I was selecting photos and printing photos. So in this booklet, some of them, of course, are single page layouts, and I typically like to stretch my single page into double page spreads. So what I did for some of them is I took a few notes. So I'm going to show you the notes for one of them here. So basically, I have this taped to the page for this Natalie D'Souza class. This class is for a single page layout, and what I did was I used my interpretation to stretch it into a double page sketch, something pretty easy here. I also took a few notes. I notice here I've got basil vanilla. So what I plan to do is from my stash add basil vanilla cardstock, and I'm also thinking of putting a wood grain frame around it. So I have a plus sign there with wood grain hickory. That's the color of the wood grain I want to use. Now I do want to point out that I went through the entire book. Some of the pages I left as is, but some of them I stretched it like this, and for some of them I tweaked them. I'm a person who likes to have white or something very neutral in my background. So if the class called for a really bold print as a background, I would switch it up with either vanilla or white cardstock from my stash, just to make it my own style. But I do want to point out for all of these projects, the only material I added was white cardstock, vanilla cardstock, or wood grain paper. And as far as I'm concerned, those are just basics in my scrap room. So that's the sketch for the one that I adapted. I more or less went through the entire book with that. So when the classes are ready to start, I will be ready to create. Now what I'm going to do is just do a quick flip through of what was in the box. And these are not in the order they came in the box. That's because I've been working with this over the past few days. Now, this is just a little pouch that was in the top of the box with some extra material here. So there's a 6x6 paper pad. There is a little coloring card here, a little introduction card to scrapbooking cards today. This is a papery pack from Vicky Boutin. That is actually to go in with one of the other classes. It was just too bulky to put in there. There are a few enamel docs. We have clear ones, gold ones. This is an ephemera pack for this paper pad here. According to the unboxing video that took place yesterday or the day before, I forget. Anyway, there is going to be a little mini class by Allison Davis with these two items. Also, there's this cute little dish here, I guess to put embellishments in, and a little pen that says scrapbook and cards today. So I'm just going to put all of this back in here, and then we will start going quickly through the material. Now this one here is for the Becky Adams class, and her class actually has 7 pages. So her class is focused on the Acorn Lane collection by Simple Stories. I'm not going to go through it because this would take me forever, but basically you get the collection pack, and I think a bit of cardstock came with this as well. I do want to point out that when I switch up the design a bit, for example, this wood grain paper here, I put that in from my stash because in my notes in that book, I am going to be making a few changes. And don't forget, I plan to stretch a lot of these into double page spreads. I'm using all the same material that they gave me, except I'm adding white, vanilla, and wood grain cardstock. So in addition to this collection pack, there's also the foam stickers, the titles there. And there are 2 ephemera packs here, the floral bits for Acorn Lane along with the journal bits. Now, I don't want to mix these up. I took them out of the bag so it wouldn't be noisy. So let me dispose of that, or I should say place it carefully, and I will show you the next collection. This one here is for the Victoria Calvin class, and her class is for 3 pages. It's going to be based on the I Love Fall collection by Echo Park Paper, and it's really a beautiful collection, a nice fall collection. I haven't bought any new fall collections this year, so I'm kind of happy about that. There's a bit of vanilla cardstock in there. I probably added that. But there's also the solids that go with this collection as well. There will be a lot left over from this class because we're only doing 3 pages, and I have the full collection pack along with the solids as well. In addition to that, there is the chipboard stickers. There's an ephemera pack as well. They seem to be like tags and frames, along with enamel dots. Sorry about this. I'm trying to be quiet. The only way I could show this to you is if I was doing it real time because I just don't have much time this week. I'm trying to prepare for this. Anyway, this is for the Virginia Nabel class, and she is doing 4 pages. So basically, there's the Happy Crafting, which is by Carta Bella, I believe. And yes, it's by Carta Bella. So we have the full collection pack, which does come with 12 printed double-sided papers along with this sticker sheet here. In addition to that, We have solids that go with it, and this is from Our Story Matters. It's an Echo Park collection, but the colors should coordinate. And we also have another 12 by 12 sticker sheet, again from Echo Park paper, and this is from Sunkissed. There's a bit of white cardstock in here. There might have been some of that with her class. I'm not sure. Again, in each one of these packs, as I've been preparing, if I'm adding cardstock to the packs for the class, I'm just slipping it right in the bags. And each one of these are stored in their own plastic big baggie. This class also comes with some dies and a stencil. So actually, I quite like the stencils. These ones are like giant fans or something. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't tried them yet, but I will be soon, because for many of these classes, not all of them, but for many of them, there is homework to do. And that's all written in that instruction book that I showed you earlier. I just started doing it, but I definitely have more to do before the event begins. There's also these little banners here. There is a title, crop and create. So we will be doing a crafty page. That's actually one of the two projects I haven't selected photos for. One of them is for one of these projects. That's because I plan to take photos during the weekend while I'm actually crafting, and I will be using those for a layout. I definitely think it's worthy of documenting. So where else am I going to use a crop and create die? The next class, again, these aren't in any order, is a Megan Andrews class, and it's based on Vicky Boutin's Where to Next collection. So basically what we have here is a bunch of the papers from that collection. Also in her class, which has 3 pages along with 2 pocket pages, there are pocket page protectors in here as well. Or actually there's one, but we're going to be doing both sides of it. And there's actually a few photo flips there, so we can add extra photos. I actually made plans to do pocketless pages. And what I mean by that is I don't have pages, I don't have albums with pocket page protector options. So what I ended up doing was making myself a chart so that I can more or less follow this, which is going to be a grid. I don't know if you can see the lines there. So I'll be basically making a grid page instead of the pocket page. So anyway, this one here comes with a bunch of papers from this Vicky Boutin Where to Next collection, along with alphas and a 6 by 12 sticker sheet. Of all of the collections that are in the box, this is the only one I have, and I must say I absolutely love this collection. So if I were to have one collection extra, I don't mind having this one. I really love this product. The next one here is for Jana Eubank's class, and what we're going to be doing with her is turning this into an interactive mini album. The collection we will be using for that is Harmstead Farmist. Sorry, I mixed that up. Farmstead Harvest. Wow, this video is getting long for me. Anyway, it's done from the heart, trust me. I just wanted to give you an idea of how I prep for this. So this one here has a bunch of paper. It's got these stickers from the collection, puffy stickers, 2 sets of ephemera, and this one has a very detailed pre-class instruction we have to do. So we end up having to cut all this up, put them in different groups. This is my second Crop and Create delivered class, and the last one, Jana Eubank did one of these mini albums as well. I haven't looked at it yet, but there is a video, an instructional video already available to Crop and Create participants with instructions on how to cut up this material. If it's like the last one I did, which was in fall 2022, I seem to recall it was an hour and 20 minutes long. It was very detailed, but I do recall it was very well done. So I plan to do this in the next few days. The next collection I'm going to show you is one of 3 mini classes. So the next 3 all came in the same baggie. And you can see here, I've already started my preparation. This is for Natalie D'Souza's class. And for her class, we will be doing 2 pages. So this one is based on Moonlight Magic collection by Crate Paper. So I have some of the paper here. Again, this vanilla and wood grain paper is from my stash, so I just slipped it in this envelope. In addition to the papers, we also got this foam title sheet as well, these stickers. We also have the ephemera pack. I basically put it in a baggie so I would have easier access to it, but I did cut out the sheet that has all of the images that are in the package there. And here are just some of the fussy cutting that I already did. This particular class has a bunch of banners, so I cut some of the banners in advance, and we were also to do some fussy cutting with the flowers there, so that is done in advance as well. So this is class 1, mini class 1 of 3 mini classes. Mini class 2 is done by Jess Foster, and this is based on the What's Cookin' collection by Simple Stories. Actually, I lied earlier. I said the only material I had was the Vicky Boutin Where to Next collection. I do have a bit of this What's Cookin' collection in my stash as well. Not much of it. It was from the Mercy Tiara September kit that came out, which was called Take Me Home, I think. And I don't mind at all because I love this collection. And in addition, the 2 embellishment packs that came for this mini class, I didn't get them in the Mercy Tiara kit because I only got the main kit. So this complements what I already have. So Jess Foster, she is doing a 1-page layout along with a pocket page. I, again, will turn that pocket page into a traditional page, but there is the page protector for it. So the pages that are pocket pages, they always seem to give the page protector with it, or that's been my experience. So that is for mini class number 2. And mini class number 3 is by, who's this one by? I think it's Virginia Nabel again. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, it's for one of these shadow boxes from Doodlebug Designs. And I am told that we will have an option to do a layout as well. I have used these in the past to create layouts with them. It makes quite the detailed layout, but there's also this printed piece of paper here. So I'm guessing that is if we want to create a layout, a traditional layout, instead of the insert. So that is for mini class number 3. And this is for the final class, actually. Well, there's 2 final classes. One of them is a card class by Mari Clark, and we will be using these tri-blend markers, one in purple and one in green, along with this stamp set by Crafter's Companion. And you can see I have some white cardstock cut up here. That was also part of the kit. I just did a bit of the preparation because this is going to be for creating 2 cards. The last class I'm going to show you, again, a Mari Clark class. And for this one, we are doing 2 pages along with 2 cards. The collection is called Fall into Autumn. It says here Violet Studio. I think it's made by Crafter's Companion as well. So what we got here is this huge pack of paper. It's one-sided, and I must say, not to be negative, but in all of the material, this is what least excites me the most. I don't find it as vibrant as the other papers, that's all. However, Murray Clark is a really good instructor, so I'm sure she'll show us wonderful stuff to do with it. But there's an awful lot of paper here. I'm not quite sure what will end up with this paper when I'm through with it, because it's not really something I typically use. The colors just aren't vibrant enough. Anyway, in addition to that, there is a card making kit as well. And in that card making kit, there was this little pack of ephemera, which I do believe we will be using on our layout as well, along with this twine, which is really cute. Somewhere else, I don't see it here, there were little felt leaves. I actually thought those were really cute. Anyway, this is for another class. So that is about it. And what I will do with my projects that I create for Crop and Create, at one point I will do a layout share. It will be separate from my layout share for November 2023. So that's it. I am really excited. Don't forget, I created this video before the event. So now I have to go and continue prepping. Have a nice day, and I'll see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.